Hi you guys, I'm back today to talk about a brand that I've not reviewed in a little bit, so I am excited to talk about this specific launch with you guys today because as soon as you see it, you're going to understand why I was so hyped about it. So the palette that I'm talking about today is the Natasha Denona Metropolis mini palette. So this year you actually get the little mini palette and then you get a brush with it. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I had this brush next to me the whole time. I completely forgot about it. I did not use it even the slightest bit, so I cannot speak to how the performance of it is because it's just not, it wasn't on my radar. So, I mean, for $25, it is nice that they added the brush to it, but at the same time, like for me, I have a pretty extensive brush collection. Although I'm always looking for the next best thing, this was just something I forgot about completely. Now, the palette itself looks like this, and it is beautiful. I was obsessed, and am obsessed, with the Metropolis palette. I knew immediately, as soon as this was sneak peek for what was coming out at Sephora, that I was going to snatch this up, and I did. So, I'm going to open this little, like, piece up so you can see it a little bit better. But this is the color story, and I know that some of it seems kind of, like, normal for her, but this pairing is beautiful. If you're looking for something to carry with you and you really love the Metropolis vibes, then this is, like, in my opinion, it's perfect. The mattes all worked really nicely. Like, this is some of her best performing stuff right here in this little baby. And then, of course, you have the carry-on brush if you want to take that one. It actually does feel pretty nice. It reminds me a lot of a Wayne Goss brush, to be honest with you. It actually does not say what the brush is made out of. However, it does say cruelty-free, so I would assume that it means also the brush as well. Otherwise, why would they put this? So, but honestly, it's pretty good quality. I should have used it probably. It reminds me very much of the squirrel brushes from Wayne Goss. Maybe slightly less soft, but not much less soft. It's pretty nice. I now regret that I did not use this, but I didn't. So in any case, the mattes in here are beautiful. The metallics are fantastic. There is no like patchiness or weirdness or skipping. If you really wanted the Metropolis palette, but you don't want to spend that kind of money, this is a great way to get that kind of vibe right into your collection. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and swatches for you guys, and I'm going to do this eye look for you, and then I'll come back at the very end for my final thoughts, but you probably already know what it is. This is more like a mini review because truthfully, this is not a large palette, which is kind of great, and then it's also kind of sad. I'm really curious to see if Natasha Denona will put out a different holiday palette, and if she does, I hope it's like Metropolis 2.0. I would like to see that. That would make my holiday season brighter. So in any case, I'm going to do all this, and I'll be right back.
The very first shade is called Blaze. And that is a gorgeous kind of orange tone gold shade. I love it. It is a little bit crumbly, but it's totally fine. It ends up not being that way once you press it in. Next shade is called Rope. And that's a really beautiful kind of orangey yellow tan shade. And it does feel like her cream to powder formula. The next shade is called Jubilee. I actually wonder if that was in the Big Metropolis palette. This is kind of a peacock green to blue, and it is gorgeous. Shade is called Bole, I think. And that's kind of almost a slightly greenish gray tone brown shade. And the last shade is called Corrode. Ooh. I used this and I'm still surprised. And that's a gorgeous kind of gray tone tan shade, like gray tone beigey tan shade. I love it. And I'm pretty sure all of these are like the cream to powder formula. But they're all fantastic. Just keep in mind if you use your fingers, it may create a hard pan. The whole mini Metropolis palette.
Alright, you guys, I am back and I want to give you my final thoughts. You probably already know what they are, but that is okay. Sometimes it's okay to repeat yourself. Oh, real quick, something I did not talk about in the beginning is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. So I am wearing the Melt Perfectionist lip pencil in the shade Cinnamon. I'm really liking these. These are really nice. I really enjoy them. Really, but I do. They're very nice. And then I did get a chance to try the new Lisa Eldridge Velvet Intrigue lipstick. And I've got that kind of in the center of my mouth right now. It is gorgeous. Of course, this is her, like, normal packaging. It's very high-end. You got the gold kind of satin finish. This is what it looks like. The lid is magnetic, which I absolutely love a magnetic lid. Kind of. Unless it's next to another magnetic lipstick, then they're, like, bouncing off of each other. But in any case, this is what the actual lipstick looks like. And it's very... You can see it maybe if you were closer, even. There's kind of like a little grid pattern on it that is just beautiful. I love it, and I'll tell you what, these do a great job of filling in the lines on your lips. The one thing I'll say is if you don't like a dry finish formula, this is probably not the right choice for you, but for me, even at first I was not a fan of it, but the more I used it, the more I loved the actual texture of it and the way it made my lips look. And then for me, I will throw a gloss over this to kind of just juice everything up. In fact, you know what? I've got one sitting in front of me. So this is the Lolli Gloss from It's Belle Cosmetics, and this is the shade Passion Nut. And I love this shade. Like, this is one of my all-time. And it smells, oh my gosh, so freaking good. So I'm just going to throw this on. And pair them together. Like, woo! Juicy. It's juicy. I actually do have a coupon code with It's Belle Cosmetics if you want to use it. It is Jaclyntriesit, all one word. No pressure. If you do not like affiliated codes, please just ignore that I've said this. But if you do want to save some money and help out my channel, it is always appreciated when you guys are using those codes. Plus, this gloss is awesome. It smells very, like confectionery. It's very sweet, but it doesn't like sit on your lips like that way. It kind of dissipates quickly. I don't feel like it's going to smell forever because it doesn't. But it's a wonderful texture. It's kind of a very thin, no, it's kind of a medium texture, very smooth, and it's not sticky. Like, I don't know if you can see, like, nothing is like sticking together. I hate that. It drives me bonkers. So in any case, that is what I've got on my lips right now. Now we're going to talk about what the actual video is about. And that is the Natasha Denona Mini Metropolis palette. This is the packaging for it, which I don't like nearly as much as I like her normal packaging. It's not that much different, but it's just different enough because they included the brush. So for $25, you are getting the mini palette and the brush. Now, I will say I did not use the brush, but I kind of regret it because it's actually really well made. It reminds me very much of a Wayne Goss brush, at least the ferrule. I cannot say that word. I'm so sorry. But the actual, you know, part that the bristles sit in, I should say. It's nice. It's great for on the go, I would say. And the bristles themselves are very soft. It says that it's cruelty-free, so I would assume that well, cruelty-free does not always mean vegan, so I don't know. I'm not sure on that. If I find out before posting this video, I will like include it at the bottom so you guys know. It is extremely soft like the Wayne Goss squirrel brushes. In any case, when you get the palette, this is what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and just open it right on up because there's a glare. It's a beautiful color story. If you like this kind of feel, it actually kind of reminds me of the gold palette, maybe even slightly more than it does the Metropolis, but they kind of transcend each other. It is gorgeous, though. The quality in here is like the best of Natasha Denona, so all of the mattes work together really nicely. These metallics are gorgeous and very impactful. I definitely am not upset that I bought this. I will keep it in my collection. It is exactly what I'm looking for if I ever leave this house again, which may never happen. But if I do, I've got this I can throw in my bag and take with me on a trip, and it comes with a brush. Now, for anybody that travels, that's kind of perfect if you like this kind of color story, which I definitely do. If not for you, this might make a great gift for somebody else. So in any case, I really hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, make sure you leave a comment down below, like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.